A stage worth millions of dollars, hundreds of crew members racing against the clock, thousands of tons of equipment, and over 60,000 fans waiting for the gates to open. To the audience, these concerts looked effortless, but behind the scenes, one delayed truck, one failed special effect, or one impossible decision could bring the biggest show in rock history to its knees. These are the incredible stories of the legendary rock tours that dared to dream bigger than anyone else, and the extraordinary risks that changed live music forever. Number 12, The Who Quadrophenia Tour, 1973 to 1974. Long before digital technology transformed live concerts, The Who were already trying to do something that seemed almost impossible. After releasing their ambitious rock opera Quadrophenia, Pete Townshend wanted every concert to unfold exactly like the album, complete with sound effects, narration, and perfectly synchronized backing tapes. It was a groundbreaking idea, but in the 1970s, the technology simply wasn't reliable enough. Night after night, the entire performance depended on reel-to-reel tapes starting at precisely the right moment. When the synchronization failed, the show fell apart. During one performance, the technical problems became so frustrating that Townshend smashed the playback equipment on stage in front of thousands of stunned fans. Despite the setbacks, Quadrophenia changed the future of live music. It proved that a rock concert could be more than a collection of songs. It could tell a complete cinematic story, inspiring countless artists to think beyond the traditional stage. But if The Who struggled with yesterday's technology, the next artist would embrace tomorrow's, transforming stadium concerts into spectacular works of art seen by millions.
New album, or parts of it.
Number 11, David Bowie, Sirius Moonlight Tour, 1983 to 1984.
The 1983 Sirius Moonlight Tour! David Bowie and his band!
Success can be just as dangerous as failure. After the worldwide smash hit Let's Dance, David Bowie suddenly faced a new challenge. Fans weren't expecting another concert. They were expecting a spectacle worthy of one of rock's most creative performers. The Sirius Moonlight Tour became Bowie's biggest production to date. Elaborate lighting, theatrical staging, and a world-class crew transformed every performance into a carefully choreographed visual experience. Night after night, dozens of trucks and hundreds of people worked behind the scenes to ensure every spotlight, every cue, and every entrance happened with perfect precision. The gamble paid off. The tour played to more than 2 million fans around the world and proved that stadium concerts could be both visually stunning and artistically sophisticated. It also raised the bar for every major touring act that followed. But Bowie's success created a new challenge for the entire industry. Simply putting on a great show was no longer enough. The next band would make audiences feel like they had stepped inside the concert itself. In number 10, Genesis, We Can't Dance Tour, 1992. Some concerts are remembered for the songs, others are remembered for the spectacle. By 1992, Genesis had mastered both. Fresh off the success of We Can't Dance, the band launched its biggest tour ever, determined to deliver an experience that matched its worldwide popularity. Massive video screens, state-of-the-art lighting, crystal-clear sound, and an enormous touring crew turned every stadium into a temporary city. While fans waited outside the gates, technicians worked for hours behind the scenes, making sure every light, camera, and speaker performed flawlessly before showtime.
The thing that makes it difficult is the just sheer size of it, because it's an open-air show.
The effort paid off. The tour became one of the highest-attended rock tours of the early 1990s, proving that audiences wanted more than great music. They wanted an unforgettable experience. Genesis helped set the standard for the modern stadium concert, where technology became just as important as the performance itself. But even that impressive production was about to be eclipsed. The next band didn't just build a stage, they drove a full-size locomotive straight onto it. Number 9, AC/DC Black Ice World Tour, 2008 to 2010. You could hear it before you could see it. A full-sized steam locomotive burst onto the stage. Cannons exploded. Flames shot into the night sky. And just like that, AC/DC reminded the world why they were one of rock's greatest live bands. Black Ice! The Black Ice World Tour wasn't just another comeback. It was a global operation. More than 160 shows, an enormous traveling crew, countless trucks, and one of the largest stage productions of its time had to move flawlessly from one city to the next. Behind every concert were hours of construction before the first fan even entered the stadium. The gamble paid off spectacularly. The tour became one of the highest-grossing rock tours ever, proving that after more than 3 decades, AC/DC could still deliver a stadium spectacle that rivaled any band in the world. But while AC/DC built their show around raw power, the next band built something audiences had never witnessed before, a giant wall that slowly separated the performers from their own fans. Number 8, Pink Floyd, The Wall Tour, 1980 to 1981. Before the first guitar note, before the lights dimmed, another performance was already underway. Night after night, crews carefully built a giant white wall across the stage, one brick at a time.
Crossover that's marked day 4. Bring the highs down a bit.
Inspired by Roger Waters' groundbreaking concept album, The Wall Tour combined live music with animated films, towering, inflatable characters, explosive pyrotechnics, and a breathtaking finale as the entire wall came crashing down. It wasn't just a concert, it was theatrical storytelling on a scale rock fans had never experienced.
Talk about them, they're tickets, they're for sale. What's there to say?
How'd you get them?
But bringing that vision to life demanded enormous planning, specialized equipment, and a production so expensive that the tour could only visit a limited number of cities. Even sold-out arenas couldn't erase the financial pressure, while growing tensions within the band made every performance even more challenging. Yet the risk changed live music forever. The Wall Tour proved that a rock concert could be as cinematic as a movie, inspiring generations of artists to think far beyond the limits of a traditional stage. But if Pink Floyd built a wall, the next band had an even more unbelievable idea. What if a rock concert came with an entire orchestra? Number 7, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery Tour, 1973 to 1974. Yeah, what if a rock band could sound like a symphony, not through synthesizers, but with a real orchestra? That was the bold vision behind Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Brain Salad Surgery Tour. The band didn't just bring their legendary wall of keyboards on the road, they also hired a full orchestra for parts of the tour. It was an ambitious idea that promised fans an unforgettable experience, but every performance meant transporting dozens of additional musicians, rehearsing complex arrangements, and covering soaring travel and production costs. As expenses mounted, the orchestra became too costly to keep on the road, forcing the band to scale back the production. It was a painful reminder that even sold-out shows couldn't always keep pace with limitless ambition. Still, the tour left an incredible legacy. Emerson, Lake and Palmer proved that rock concerts could be as grand as classical performances, inspiring future artists to dream bigger than ever before. But orchestras weren't the future of stadium rock. The next band would prove that bigger stages and even bigger technology could change live music forever. By now, one thing is becoming clear. These weren't just concerts. They were some of the most ambitious engineering projects in rock history, and somehow, the productions were only about to get even bigger. Number 6, The Rolling Stones, Steel Wheels / Urban Jungle Tour, 1989 to 1990. Most bands would have played it safe. The Rolling Stones did the exact opposite. After years of rumors, feuds, and uncertainty, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards reunited for a comeback tour that had to be bigger than anything they'd ever attempted. The Steel Wheels tour featured massive video screens, moving stages, advanced lighting, and one of the most sophisticated productions rock had ever seen. Behind the scenes, a small army of technicians worked around the clock to build and dismantle the show as it traveled from city to city. The risk paid off. The tour became a worldwide success and set a new standard for modern stadium concerts, proving that the Rolling Stones weren't just making a comeback. They were redefining what a blockbuster rock tour could be. But while the Stones made concerts bigger, the next band made them stranger, turning an entire stadium into a giant multimedia experience. Number 5, U2, Zoo TV Tour, 1992 to 1993. Imagine walking into a rock concert and feeling like you'd stepped inside a television broadcast. That was U2's bold vision for the Zoo TV Tour. Instead of relying on bigger speakers or taller stages, U2 filled the arena with giant video screens, live satellite feeds, scrolling messages, and hundreds of flashing images. It was one of the most technologically advanced concert productions ever attempted, requiring every screen, camera, and special effect to work in perfect sync. Behind the scenes, engineers worked under constant pressure. One technical failure could throw the entire production off balance in front of thousands of fans. But night after night, the team pulled it off. The gamble transformed live entertainment. Zoo TV didn't just redefine a U2 concert, it changed how stadium shows use technology for decades to come. But while U2 amazed audiences with technology, the next band proved that sometimes the greatest spectacle came from pure rock and roll.
Fans, the 70s group played to a sold-out crowd. They loved it.
Number 4, Kiss, a live worldwide reunion tour, 1996 to 1997. Sometimes the biggest gamble isn't creating something new, it's bringing back a legend. In 1996, the original members of Kiss reunited for the first time in nearly 2 decades, and expectations couldn't have been higher. The Alive/Worldwide Reunion Tour wasn't just a concert, it was a full-scale rock spectacle. Towering stages, fire-breathing, exploding pyrotechnics, smoking guitars, and Gene Simmons' legendary blood-spitting performance had to be executed with perfect precision every single night. It was a massive risk, but fans embraced it. The reunion became one of the highest-grossing tours of the decade, proving that the power of nostalgia, combined with an unforgettable live show, could still fill arenas around the world. But while Kiss delivered exactly what fans expected, the next tour became unforgettable for a reason no one could have predicted. Every tour so far pushed the limits, but the next 2 stories prove that even the biggest productions can change forever in just a single moment. Number 3, Guns N' Roses and Metallica, Stadium Tour, 1992. Everything was going according to plan. 2 of the biggest bands in rock history, one massive stadium tour, and sold-out crowds everywhere they went. Then, in a matter of seconds, everything changed.
Inflicting second-degree burns on James Hetfield's arms and legs.
During a show in Montreal, Metallica frontman James Hetfield suffered severe burns after walking into a pyrotechnic explosion, forcing the band to end their set early. Fans waited for Guns N' Roses to save the night, but Axl Rose left the stage after only a few songs because of vocal problems.
Like 4 dates, so Axl had some problems with his throat and so on. So
what happened next shocked the music world. Frustrated fans erupted into riots, causing widespread damage outside the stadium and turning one of rock's biggest tours into one of its most infamous nights. The tour eventually continued, but Montreal became a powerful reminder that even the biggest productions can unravel without warning. And while this disaster made headlines, the next artist would prove that taking enormous risks could also create one of the greatest concert experiences ever staged. Number 2, Roger Waters' The Wall, Live, 2010 to 2013. 30 years after The Wall stunned the world, Roger Waters set out to do the impossible again. Not by recreating the original tour, but by making it even bigger, using cutting-edge projection mapping, stunning animations, synchronized pyrotechnics, and precision stage automation. The Wall Live transformed every arena into a breathtaking visual masterpiece. Behind the scenes, a massive crew worked tirelessly to build and dismantle the enormous production, ensuring every brick, every image, and every explosion happened at exactly the right moment. The gamble paid off spectacularly. The Wall Live became one of the highest-grossing solo tours in history, proving that even after 3 decades, a bold idea could still captivate millions when combined with innovation and flawless execution. But even this remarkable achievement wasn't the most unforgettable story on our list. Because the final tour wasn't remembered for the stage, it was remembered for the heartbreaking moment that brought rock's biggest band to a sudden stop. Number 1. Led Zeppelin, 1977, North American Tour.
Biggest crowd ever assembled for a single performance in one place.
At the height of their power, Led Zeppelin weren't just the biggest rock band in the world, they were unstoppable. Their 1977 North American Tour shattered attendance records, filled massive stadiums, and seemed destined to become the greatest tour of their career. Behind the scenes, however, the pressure was relentless. Moving an enormous production across North America demanded flawless logistics, while the band faced the constant exhaustion that came with life on the road. Then, everything changed. During the tour, Robert Plant received the devastating news that his 5-year-old son, Kerak, had suddenly passed away. The remaining shows were immediately canceled, bringing one of rock's biggest tours to a heartbreaking end. The 1977 tour is remembered not only for its incredible scale, but for the painful reminder that even the greatest legends are human. Behind every sold-out stadium and every unforgettable performance were people carrying burdens the audience could never see. These legendary tours pushed the limits of technology, creativity, and ambition. Some became enormous successes, others came at an extraordinary cost, but every one of them changed live music forever, proving that the greatest moments in rock history often began with someone willing to risk everything. Every one of these legendary tours left its mark on rock history, but now we want to hear from you. Which of these tours would you have bought a ticket to? And which unforgettable rock tour do you think deserved a place on this list? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We read everyone. If you enjoyed this documentary and love the stories behind classic rock's greatest moments, hit the like button, subscribe to Tune in Time, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey through rock history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next documentary.